I'm Lil Pump, you know me, big 30s on my head, I'm pulling over Uzi.
Before LiLpump would earn himself the title of Trapper of the Century at the age of just 16. Before he picked a fight with J. Cole but got a cosign from fellow rapper Lil Uzi Vert. Before he dropped tracks Flex Like Ooh, Broke My Wrist, Elementary, Movin', D Rose, and his self-titled track Lil Pump.
Mama told me Lil Pump won't be shit. I told her bitch I could move deep bricks.
Before he would entertain his social media followers with clips of him drinking lean, smoking weed, hooking up with chicks, and putting massively large guns in his mouth. Which you should never ever do. I mean, if it went off, what's the worst that could happen? You wouldn't have a date to prom, or you could die. Either or.
You're going 70 miles per hour. How long would it take you to drive 70 miles?
70, nigga?
LiLpump launched the trap rap superstardom in a big way. Some have even stated online that LiLpump turned down a full ride to Harvard so that he could save the rap game. His millions of streams, sold out shows, and his ever-growing fan base, which is bigger than a lot of major label artists, might allow him to change the game, but there's no chance he'll be going to Harvard anytime soon. I mean, the kid didn't even finish high school. He got kicked out after starting a riot.
He started a riot. They closed the whole school down. There was helicopters and shit in school and niggas getting stabbed and shit.
They had K9s and shit.
At the time of this recording, he has yet to drop an album. He's only 16 years old, but what I find most shocking is that he claims to have never had a solid goal in his mind that he would one day be making money as a rapper. Things just seem to fall into place for the kid, and good for him. I'm pretty jealous. I mean, it took me until I was 30 to find my place in the entertainment industry. And damn it, now I feel really, really old. What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of LiLpump prior to fame, here for you on Before They're Famous. Now, you guys requested this video. In fact, it's the most requested video we've had in a couple months, so be sure to let me know who's next in the comments down below. Alright, let's go.
Nerdy. I will fuck your bitch and she will come out dirty.
LiLpump was born Gazzy Garcia on August 17, 2000 in Miami Gardens, Florida, home to the Miami Dolphins. Now, not a lot is known about his formative years, but I did find out when he used his first cuss word.
So when I was like 8 years old, my mama was like, boy, go do your homework. I was like, bitch, I is do my work. What you talking about? Bitch, I is do my work.
He had been listening to rap a long time before he got into freestyling and looked up to Chief Keef, Lil B, and Fredo Santana. In fact, it was a Chief Keef song that caused LiLpump to get in trouble back in middle school. Some girl was giving him a hard time for enjoying the track Don't Lie, and she decided to put gum in his hair. And then what he did to her, well, I'll let him tell the story.
She got a gun her, she threw at me, I'm like, what the fuck? I got up and I beamed the fuck out of that hole, bro. Boop, 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 boop.
So when I told you guys don't put guns in your mouth, you shouldn't be hitting women either. Don't be hitting anybody. Anyway, in that interview, LiLpump continued that this isn't something he would usually do. Let's move on. When he was 13, his cousin introduced him to Smoke Perp, and the two clicked originally through playing ball and doing dumb shit like breaking windows and causing some trouble.
And this nigga was smoking like a grown-ass man, but this nigga like, he was
I was like 12, bro.
He was like 13, but he was smoking like a grown-ass man, and I was like, what the fuck?
His bad boy ways got him kicked out of all the public schools in his district. He was then enrolled in an Opportunity High School, but got kicked out in the 10th grade.
9th grade, I went to Opportunity School, I got kicked out 10th grade. Just like fighting, dumb shit.
Now, if you don't know what an Opportunity School, it's halfway between a high school and a prison, complete with the pat-downs and metal detectors. Regardless of all that, LiLpump still managed to start a riot, which included helicopters and canines. Release the hounds.
I'm on, nigga. I'm on that gang shit.
You saw a nigga with
Yeah, man. You feel the gang shit going on.
Smoke Perp is 3 years older than LiLpump and had already been doing the music thing as a rapper, but more so as a producer. He encouraged LiLpump, who would freestyle from time to time, to sit down and record some music.
And then like I'll be freestyling, and then he'll be like, bro, you need to record. I'll be like, nah, fuck that shit. I ain't gonna record. And then he'll like, nah, bro, you better record right now.
That track was uploaded to SoundCloud, but the boys still weren't taking it all that serious. I mean, they had other ways of making money, including LiLpump's gig of dealing Xanax. Eventually, they would go back to look at their music, and the numbers were starting to climb. In his interview with XXL, LiLpump cited his first song being Pump, where he freestyled over a Smoke Perp beat. More tracks would follow, including 30s, but I can't be totally sure in what order his tracks came out because SoundCloud has been removing a lot of his songs. LiLpump has received over 5 million streams on his track Movin' before it disappeared from SoundCloud. Broke My Wrist was also taken down, but regardless, after producing a couple tracks, LiLpump had a growing fan base of listeners, so he would pump out more tracks and got to work on his first music video.
Damn, LiLpump, yeah, you be flexing. AR-15 with Smith and Wesson.
With his newfound fame, LiLpump decided to change things up, dyeing his hair blonde and pink. Meanwhile, his social media stats began to take off. He would entertain his fans with some pretty outlandish posts, which resulted in his Twitter account being suspended twice. Other bad news would come when some dude got a hold of his backpack and his passport, which is another thing you should not do. Kids, don't lose your passport, like for real.
I got that little nigga passport, ho ass.
You got a passport?
Think I got his passport.
But ain't this you, Pump? What's the government name?
Gazzy Garcia.
Gazzy Garcia.
Lame ass nigga.
But by now, LiLpump had too much going on to care about a few haters. He was touring the country performing on stage. He got some love from XXL making his pledge for the 2017 freshman class list. He has money coming in, and from what I've seen online, well, he's got no shortage of chicks. He plans on becoming the biggest rapper out there, and because he doesn't sound like no one, he's confident he can take over the game. Plus, time's definitely on his side. As for the rest of the story, well, we'll have to wait and see because this is before they're famous. My name is Mike McCrudden. We make all sorts of celebrity bios here for you on this channel based on your requests, so let me know who's next. You can catch me on Twitter or Instagram, and Smoke Perp, well yeah, I'll get working on that right away. You'll probably have it by next week.